You're listening to a download from The Independent in association with BT.
Hello and welcome to the last of our three SustainIT podcasts brought to you by The Independent in association with BT. I'm Hamish McRae, Chief Economics Commentator of The Independent, and with me is Roger Trapp, who writes on management issues for us. This time we're thinking about technology in the future. In particular, we're going to look at how technology can be used not only in the developed world, but also to improve life in the developing world. But I think we ought to start really with the way in which the downturn has affected the use of technology. And my own fascination in a rather macabre way is the extent to which the downturn makes technology more necessary. It forces change faster than it otherwise would have happened. It forces us to adopt new technologies as a way not only to cut costs, but to develop products. But it also, of course, raises that huge issue of how does it affect corporate responsibility? And does the downturn make us less responsible because we're more needing to meet the bottom line or not?
Well, I think on the one hand, the downturn produces a sort of charity at home type of approach. So everybody, as you say, is concentrating on that. But equally, in this drive to cut costs, which goes with technology, there is a social responsibility element in that. And if you take it in this broader sense, I mean, there's sort of the climate change type thing, environmental waste. Obviously, waste equals cost. So if you can cut waste, you're cutting costs. Also, I think it goes hand in hand with technology, particularly in the developing world. I mean, we've all seen how it's the received wisdom that mobile telephones is enabling people in Africa and other places to communicate without having to go through the landline route first. And also, companies like Divine Chocolate, which is a sort of great example.
Everyone knows intimately.
Yes. Well, through Comic Relief, their whole selling point is their link with the cocoa growers in Ghana and these tiny farms spread over a huge area. And if you talk to them, they say that communicating with them is much easier now because of modern communications.
I was fascinated by the way in which mobile telephony is changing Africa. Having been down in Abuja in Nigeria just a few months ago, everybody there has 4 mobile phones, one for your family, one for your friends, one for business purposes, and then a general one for everyone else.
Yes, farmers, I think, can use mobile phones to get better prices for to find and so to get to market more quickly, and which brings us back to the efficiency issue.
Yes. And I'm fascinated by one other thing, which is the way in which companies in both the developed world and the developing world are meeting the downturn not by sacking people. I mean, some people, sadly, are having to lose staff, but also by trying to fine-tune workforces so that you do more part-time working, more home working, and so on. The IT technology also helps there too.
Well, indeed. Thanks to a lot of the technology, it doesn't appear to the person on the other end of the phone, say, where you are. And thanks to high-speed computer networks, you can easily work from anywhere. And so it may be that this downturn will produce the much wanted sort of change in working patterns.
I think that certainly all of us in the communications world are discovering we're spending more time on our laptops and very often more time in our home offices than we used to. Well, can technology make the world a better place? I think we both agree that there ain't many other ways of doing it.
Indeed.
I'm Hamish McRae and that was Roger Trapp. Thank you very much for joining us.
That was a download from The Independent in association with BT.